Whoa, it's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. I'm harvesting my bush beans. This is my second harvest on that, and super stoked. I like the beans. So I've gotten, there's enough stuff growing in here where I my morning breakfast is straight off the vine, or whatever's growing. So it's got a couple cucumbers lately, been doing a bunch of beans and some lettuce, a couple currants, that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're here in the garden today. It's been quiet lately on YouTube. For those of you out there, I have been doing podcast exclusives, right? If you go down below, there's a link to the podcast. Where before I used to just, record my live streams and then put it on the podcast format. But I've decided to make exclusive podcasts, and I've started going out at night and just kind of sitting in the yard under the stars and trying to get back to the roots of what YouTube was, because I think we all know YouTube's slowly dying, and is it a deliberate death? Probably, most likely. I mean, it was always a setup to get everybody addicted so they could hold us hostage to their drugs, right? And I think that's been a little tough right now. The salad days of YouTube are definitely over, and it can be disheartening to get flatlined like I have. Like, I've definitely been flatlined in the YouTube universe, and that's what you get for speaking out the last couple years against stuff. Is you're gonna get flatlined in this modern world. So that's okay, but it's been a big financial hit, actually, because I thought it was just sort of just the change of vibe. And then I've been doing a little bit of research and checking some other things out, like, when I'm live streaming and I get a lot of interference. I used to joke that it's Susan doesn't like what we were talking about. It's true. The signal gets throttled, and I thought it was more of a, again, I'm not one to think that it's ever really that deliberate. It's the infrastructure behind YouTube is I don't know whether it's not being invested in, or they're just letting it die on the vine, or whatever it is. It's sort of going through its thing, and that's it's like everything else. Let me switch sides here. And I've definitely, just on a note, I've definitely been trying to, my mom reminded me, my mom and dad were up here for Owl's birthday last week, and she kind of reminded me about grounding, and how important it is to, connect to the electromagnetic field. And I realized I have not been walking around in the garden with my bare feet. And so I'm making a full effort to do that. I think that one's a little pregnant. I'll eat them no matter what. It looks like we're gonna have a good harvest here in a couple days. But So, going through the whole transition and, old dog learning new tricks, that kind of thing. 14 years later, dude, you get pretty comfortable in what you were doing, and YouTube's been a huge plus, but it's also it's also a crack pipe, right? Just as it's been designed. So I'm definitely switching it up, and I've tried to switch to some of these other platforms. BitChute was lame, so I never stuck around over on BitChute, and I don't know. Everybody's all about Rumble. I don't know about Rumble, and so I kind of put the word out. I did an exclusive podcast, and I put my email in there, and I asked for feedback, and I got some feedback, and people were like, look, dude, like, I'm moving away from YouTube too. I listen during work and stuff, and I dig what you're all about, but it's super hard to listen with all the chat interrupting the flow. And that's sort of what the chat's all about, right? And I think these are a different kind of bean. I don't know if I like them as much. And they're different. And I don't know what kind these are. All right. A couple more on the back side here. Get your beans on the back side. And so, besides just the financial thing, which again is as much as we know it's a scam and a hustle, it's still just one of those things, in the time and space we live in, where whether you're spiritually evolved or not, it does tend to kind of play a factor into how you perceive aspects of this of the world. Here, wait, let me get that seat. And so yeah, it's been a little tough on that, and like I said, the flatlining, but with all realities come the time to grow and expand and change. So on the farm here, right, or the ranch or whatever we're calling it, there's been a whole new group of ravens who've showed up. Like there's like 4 new ravens, and they're definitely troublemakers. There's one with a white beak, dude, right? It stands out. He's got a thing on his beak, and it's white. So, being trying to be me, I looked into it, was like, what is I forgot what the name of a group of ravens is called. It's an unknowing, an unpleasant, whatever it is. Anyway, a group of ravens showed up, and I was like, well, what does that symbolically mean? And it means like growth and transformation and all of that kind of stuff. And so I've been realizing that, we've been up here for about over a year, right? We've done a whole trip around the sun, and we're still here. We live here, and the new information's about to arrive, and it's time to be open to the new information and get ready for it. And so, part of that information from my reality is how I communicate to the world via these platforms, right? So, I've talked about it before. I sort of view YouTube or these platforms as sort of a sonar system, a spiritual sonar system, where I send a signal out and I get return signal, and based upon that return signal, I know what's in front of me, right? And it's been tricky, dude. It's been tricky. There's been a growth curve, but all of a sudden I really am beginning to see that there is a new paradigm arriving, a new information thing arriving, and like abundance is everywhere, right? But abundance, besides being everywhere, also has to be like cultivated and grown and nurtured and all of that sort of stuff. Like there's the abundance of the like the volunteer watermelon plant that grew out in the field. Didn't have anything to do with it. Just showed up, started growing watermelons. Right when they were ripe, the ravens knew it and attacked them, and our dog chased them off. But I was amazed that the ravens have been flying over those watermelons for, I don't know, 6 weeks. And last night they were like, it's time to go get them. They're ripe. So nature knows, right? Nature knows when stuff's ripe. God has put all the indicators out there. So if the ravens knew when the watermelons were ripe, I have to see that the ravens are trying to tell me something too in the signal, because the natural world is the guidepost, because it was, given to us by God, right? And so here we are in this deal, and it's time to regroup. So I don't really know what I'm getting at here, because I never really do. But I guess what I'm saying is it's a lot harder to grow food than you'd think. It really is a lot harder to grow food than you'd think. It requires such a level of time and dedication, and you really kind of got to be monolithic in that thought in order to pull it. And I got so many things going on up here. It slips through the cracks, but I do the best I can. Got a nice bowl of beans right there. It's a couple meals. Bean protein. So what I'm getting at is, YouTube's turning off a lot of the spigots. So it's up to you, the crowd out there. If you like what I'm doing, you can support the channel. There's links down below. You can send me ideas. You can email me, whatever your angle is on it. And just so you know, I'm putting podcasts up that are exclusive to the podcast format, and I think we're moving in that direction, because I don't see myself going to Rumble. I mean, I haven't looked at Rumble in like a year, but when I was posting stuff on there, it seems more slanted to the whole lame truther thing, dude, which is drama porn. And there's no drama, dude. Humans are out of control. Humans are basically ridiculous. And that's all you really need to know, dude. So where do you go from there, dude? We're still here. World War III has not happened. The meltdown has not happened. The sun's not zoomed in. I mean, you can get all into the doomsday scenario. It's just, as I keep saying, the only one lobbing nuclear missiles is me, man. I had a pretty gnarly like nuclear missile exchange with Owl like 5 days ago. and his mom and me, we all got into it, dude, for like 24 hours. Growth. But underneath any sort of conflict, there's a chance for deeper growth. And you know, pain is the touchstone to spiritual growth, right? I don't know what I was saying there, but what I'm getting at is there are no nukes, basically. They're all in your mind, man. They're all in your mind, dude. Take a hit of that and stuff it in your pipe and blow it out, dude. But but anyway, I just thought I would chime in. I have not. The walking around out in the garden in my bare feet definitely helped. If you don't know, electromagnetic energy is the whole thing. You are the human Tesla coil. We forget. Theoretically, we understand, but in practicality, dude, it's so easy to forget what that means and how to go about it. And sometimes you just need to go stick your feet in the dirt and radiate with the sun and let God just fill you with intergalactic just power. So don't leave before the miracle occurs, right? So anyway, there's links down below. If you want to support the channel, get some t-shirts, submit some ideas. I don't know. I'm always super slow to get anything done around here. And we're here. There's a link to the podcast down below, dude. You find it. It's, dude, I forgot what it's called, dude. I think it's called the High Frequency Tribe. I'm pretty sure the podcast is called the High Frequency Tribe, or High Frequency Tribe, not just High Frequency Tribe. You'll see the picture. It's me and Owl. But we're doing that. I think that's the direction to go for just us, because it's a different vibe. I don't need a camera on. I can just go sit out in the dark and talk under the stars. It's rad. Under the dome, dude. All right, hey, use the name tags, be kind, and remember that God's always loved you, dude. Everything's beautiful.